Last night I went to go see SISU, and I gotta say, this film surprised me on so many levels. I mean, from the action to the gore to the gore to the action. I mean, just the plot itself is on a surface level. Basically, the plot is that you have a Finnish old veteran commando that has gone rogue and also lost his wife and kids, which led to him being going rogue because he basically unleashed war on everyone from both sides, because this takes place during World War II. And so he goes rogue and he basically becomes a gold miner. He comes across a bunch of gold, so he gathers the gold and tries to flee from, I think, Finland, tried to start a new life with the gold he has. But so happens that this is towards the end of World War II, so Nazi Germany, the Nazis are basically scorching most of the northern part of Finland to basically say that if we can't win this war, no one can have it. So they're just scorching everything. So while he's trying to escape, trying to flee from Finland, he runs across a small company of Nazis that are basically ravaging through the lands. And yeah, they find him, they butt heads, they find out he has gold, so they chase after him. It's a classic like Western cat and mouse kind of thing. But I mean, this guy is just brutal, and he doesn't say anything throughout there's one moment in the film, towards the end of the film, at the end, he says a couple of lines, but that's it. But throughout the film, and I always say, when an actor can express their emotions and their feelings and what they're going through their face and their body movements, that's excellent acting. And this guy, I think it's Jerome Taccone. Jerome Taccone. Correct me in my comments. It's Jerome Taccone, something like that. But man, he delivers as an actor in this film. He just, he doesn't say anything in this film. He just expresses it through his face. I mean, you can tell in this poster. You can just see through his eyes the determination and the will of one man trying to literally escape Finland, get out of this war, but not giving up at the same time. It's just something about that is so beautiful, and just seeing how it's such displayed in a gory blood fight fest way. So there's a moment in this film where, so throughout the film, with the Nazi company, the small little Nazi company, and they have like a tank, a bike, they have guns, they have a sniper. They're like a small little army that, Mr. SISU here has to face off. But the thing is that, and there's a moment in this film where, so the Nazi company, they have like a little small like hostage going on with the ladies pretty much. And there's a moment in this film where they finally kind of get away from that, and there's this moment where they're kind of walking, the only way I can kind of use an example of it is, you remember in Avengers Endgame where Peter had the gauntlet and all the women Avengers came by to basically back up Peter to get the Infinity Gauntlet to the other side of the whole battlefield. It was kind of like that, but more badass in this film. And here's the thing. Every film that has been centered around like World War II and whatnot never displayed the women power in such a great way, how they did it in like literally in maybe 2 scenes. Now, it wasn't a lot, but there's like 2 scenes that just displayed how powerful women were at the time, how they were just as strong as the men, like this Finnish rogue commando himself. But overall, I really did enjoy this. Also, this film gave me a lot of like No Country for Old Men vibes. It gave me a lot of small film vibes, like something you would see at Sundance Festival or something like that. But overall, I can go on and on about this film. But the acting, the action, the plot is pretty basic, but it still goes a long way. I would give it a solid 8 out of 10. Me personally, I would give it an 8 out of 10. But that's just my review and rating of this film. Tell me your thoughts if you've seen this film. I'm gonna give it to my friend Lee that went to go see this film with me. And yeah, make sure to subscribe to the best in the business, Cinema Fans, home for fans of cinema. and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Alright, just got out of SISU, and I gotta say, this is one of those movies where you take what's mine and do everything I can do to get it back. And it was very brutal, and it was very creative too. Like the killings were out there, and you know, it was just one of those like you really didn't know what to expect from it. You know, no matter what was done to this guy, he just kept on coming back. Like it kind of reminds me of a good version of, you know, the Creeper from Jeepers Creepers, but I don't know who all is going to agree with that. But my overall rating for SISU will be an 8.5 for me.